Guys, today was Mulan Day. And I just need to say, here is my bias. Mulan and Beauty and the Beast are my two favorite Disney movies of all time. So in order to check myself and be as objective as I could in these videos, I asked somebody else who had never seen Mulan to watch it today and give me feedback. So I have taken her notes. I have incorporated that to try to make this video not just be a 45-minute fangirl over Mulan, which it could be. So I'm going to try and keep it short. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to be objective and critical. We'll see how that goes, all right? Mulan time. All right, I just want to first start out by saying we got an ominous bird. Wow. I said scarecrow last time. I couldn't say ominous this time. Whatever. But it starts with a dark, ominous bird to represent the bad guy. I'm so excited. Like, it happened. It was like the Mulan credits, and then it was like, Caw! And then like the dark, ominous bird flew by, and I was like, we got it. We got it, people. Our dark, ominous bird is back, and I am so here for it. All right. I thought so many good things. I thought the visual changes between scenes in this movie were fantastic. Like someone would say something and it would fade into a visual image of that to get you to the next point. Or they would say something and it would transition to the next scene with humor. Like it's very creative. It's very clever. Nowadays people might say it's on the nose, but it's actually really stylistic, and I'm totally here for it. I thought there were some wonderful animation moments throughout. Sorry, my arm gets tired when I do these things, so I gotta switch. I thought when the Huns are like coming down the mountain, one, having all of them appear over the edge, really well done. It gave me like some Lord of the Rings vibes, but Mulan came first, so maybe Lord of the Rings gives me Mulan vibes. I don't know. And then they're coming down, and each horse has their own little like snow dusty thing as it comes. It's really cool. The detail was phenomenal. Sorry, I have all my notes written down because I just needed it for this. The sassy grandma. Let's just all give it up for sassy grandma. I'm here. You know, would you like to stay for dinner? Would you like to stay forever? Yeah, I want to be her when I grow up. Let's just give a shout out to Disney having some good cultural representation with this. I remember when I was in high school, they showed Bring Honor to Us All, and they said, listen to the lyrics. And that basically tells you about like Chinese culture at the time. Now, according to my high school history teacher, that's accurate. If it's wrong, I apologize. I'm just telling you what I was taught. So I really appreciate Disney being accurate to that. Every song in this movie is a bop. Fight me. Fight me, okay? Every song is a bop. I could just run around my house yelling, screaming, singing along to every single one of them. And they're all bops. Like, period, end of story, don't question me. I'm going to stand on that hill. That's my hill for today. Every song's a bop. Oh my gosh, so many things. Here's my con. I have a con for you. I have two cons. Let's start with this. Animation-wise, okay? There's not like consistent animation between the importance of the object. Something that was pointed out to me was that her dog, little brother, almost looks like a lower level of animation than she does, and the world around her. And also one that stood out to me is when the men in like her company are trying to ram in the door of the palace. The statue they're using, it almost looks like photoshopped in, like it's not like the same animation level. So that's a con. And the other one, let's just talk about this. So Mulan's a girl pretending to be a dude. And so I think they did a good job of making her face one that when she was in her male attire, it was believable that she was a man. And when she was in her female attire, she was still very pretty and very feminine. Like it worked. I thought that was great. But like the big thing that they play up is that Mulan needs to have a deep voice to sell it, right? Like you see her practicing it. The deep voice is important. Homie cannot stick with the deep voice. Like, Mulan, you're my girl. I love you. But like, stay in character for goodness sake. And she falls out of character at the absolute worst time to do it. You know that scene where she goes to take a bath in the river? And so she is bathing in the river, okay? And then her three men, like, that she is in the army with decide they also want to take a bath in the river. So they're all there in the river. And this is like the most critical moment of her life at this point to hide that she is a girl. So you would think at this moment, she is trying so hard to make sure her voice is deep and that her head is only this high above the water and getting out of there as fast as she can, right? That's what you would think. No, she's like, oh, hi, guys. And then they get closer to her and she's like, oh, I'm going to go and do something else, like in that voice. And I'm like, were the guys not suspicious? Were they like, I don't know. Why didn't they notice? Like her voice completely changed. And I was like, this is the most important moment for your voice to stay the same. And it was like the most feminine, totally woman sounding voice you've had the whole time you were pretending to be a guy. All right, those are my two problems. Can we just say, thank goodness, based on our last video, that her and Shang only agreed to like a first-ish date with the family, and that's how it ends. It's not marriage. It's just like, do you want to stay for dinner? I'd love to stay for dinner. The grandma's trying to push Disney. She's trying to be like, nope, stay forever, get married. And he's like, we'll start with dinner. And I'm like, solid. And so part of me is now thinking maybe that was like Disney, their first version of their Frozen You Can't Marry a Man You Just Met, having grandmother try to push it and them just being like, oh, haha, she's so funny. We'll start with dinner. Big fan of that. So let's get in now. I think that's all the other important things. There were so many good things. The song. Reflection is the main ballad of Mulan. 10 out of 10. Are you surprised? Are you going to fight me? You better not, because you know I'm right. 10 out of 10. This song is incredible. Not only does it build on the story that's established, it's like she has just undergone this like humiliation, not just for herself, but for her family. And she's feeling just this like, this is what I'm supposed to be, and this is what I've been made up to look like, but this isn't who I am. And that is the song. It's expressing this internal conflict she feels of like, she wants to be herself. She wants to be true, but she wants to like bring her family honor. She wants all these things and they just don't seem to mesh. And it really, in this beautiful, hummable and sing-alongable and appropriately lengthed song, just expresses all that she's feeling and really, I feel, draws us into her as a character. So 10 out of 10. The second one is Role Model. I'm gonna give her a 9 out of 10. I know, 9 out of 10. So this, I wanted to give her a 10 out of 10, but after talking to my Mulan novice, I was brought to recognize that while she is girl power, she is gonna do what she's gonna do. She's gonna fight for her family. She's gonna be the one, instead of running away in battle, she runs into battle. Like she pushes to prove herself. Even when she starts out bad at something, she pushes and pushes and pushes until she's successful. Like, huge fan, right? We're huge fans here in my house. Huge fans. But, like, she does lie. Not good. She does disobey her family, who she still lives with, so she should be honoring them. Just like a couple of things, like the deception, even though like you could argue it's for a necessary cause, I can't fully give her a 10 out of 10 because of that, so we're gonna give her a 9 out of 10. And then finally, for moral of the story, again, there was a lot of good options, but the one I'm gonna settle on is forgiveness. I think both when Mushu returns at the end, and the ancestors are throwing their party, and he's like, and they're like, you can be a guardian again. Like, that's so cool, because he had messed up before, and that had caused him to lose his position. And sure, they hadn't told him, here, have a second chance. He kind of stole his second chance. But still, he came back, and they were like, okay, like, we'll give you a second chance. We'll forgive what you've done before. We'll give you your spot back because you did good. And then also, I love, it kind of reminded me of the prodigal son, when Mulan comes back to her dad. And remember, like, one of the last things, I think maybe the last thing that we heard him say to her was, Mulan, you dishonor me, while turning his face away, right? And then she comes back and she's like, hey, this is the medal of the emperor. This is the sword of Shan Yu. Like, these are gifts to honor us. She like hands it to him. She bows down. She's so like, oh my gosh, please forgive me. And he takes them and he throws him to the side and he embraces her and says, the greatest gift and honor is having you for a daughter. And I'm like, oh, ballin' over here. I love it. So yeah, the total score is 27. I've got, let's see where we're gonna put it. I don't know where the top's gonna be, but Mulan is way up there. Yeah, this was like the movie my dad showed me a lot when I was a kid. It was like the main Disney movie on in our house. And yeah, Mulan just was very formative to me as a young kid. And so I can admit that I am very biased towards Mulan. But upon closer observation with some critical eyes, I can say she is still thebomb.com and still in my top 2 Disney princesses. So I'm excited. I don't know what our next one's going to be. I'll probably do it tomorrow, Saturday. If not, definitely will on Monday. So stay tuned. And also, this Sunday, don't forget, we're going to live stream our service at 1:30 for On Ramp and Highway. So please tune into that. I love you guys. God loves you more. Have a great day.